Hello, this is a video note, an illustration of how to install on a PC computer. We also have a version for the Mac. How to install on a PC computer the qtVlm navigation app, and in particular, how to add to that the new training mode. And the instructions for this process are here online. Starpath.com, ENC, getting started. I'll have that link in the video description. This is a way to get, to load the program automatically with the charts that we use in our training courses, as well as a whole series of charts, as well as tide and current harmonics all ready to go, and some GRIB files for looking at wind and weather and currents. And so forth, plus several configuration options. And so it's just a way to expedite getting started. Any complex program or sophisticated program like qtVlm that has a lot of options for navigation and weather, there's, again, a lot of options and a lot of settings. And this is just a way to pre-configure some of those so you can get started more quickly. And we have here a link, and I'm just following these instructions that are right online. I'm just illustrating them. And here's a link to the StarPath glossary. That looks like this, and that's just our own school discussion of the program qtVlm, which is not that well known in the US, but it's a really remarkable program. They also have, of course, tons of information at their own website, which is linked there. But this is our own description of it, and some of the reasons why we use it in all of our courses here at StarPath School of Navigation. So we start out, and we're going to first of all just download the program in its regular mode, regular default mode like everybody in the world does, and then we're going to make a slight modification that will then let us install the training mode configuration. So it's those few steps. Well, it looks like here it's 3 steps, right? So the first is we go to downloads. That's this link here in that paper, on that article, and that goes here. And then we're going to take, or you will want to take, when you do this, the latest version of the program. And this is a PC, so you would be, let's say I agree here, whatever, and then Windows, and then you would take the desktop version. That's what we're talking about. However, this is a brand new feature, and so for the time being, I need to go back, and we're going to take a beta version. And so today's June the 2nd. I think after June the 10th or so, you can go straight to the main latest version. But we have students ready to do this now, so we're getting started a little bit early. Okay, so you go to the beta version, and again, it's going to be the Windows, a beta 2B we're taking here, and then we download that. And that's going to presumably go to our downloads. Again, we have to be prepared that Windows has all sorts of restrictions on downloading things that do not come from the Microsoft Store. This is all totally and perfectly safe, no hazards whatsoever, but we have to go around their rules. See, and it says they don't necessarily trust it. Say see more. What does it say if I say see more? No, I don't want to say see more. I don't know what that is. So we want to go click these 3 dots up here at the top and say show download buttons on toolbar. Let me just click that. No. I clicked the wrong 3 buttons. I clicked the 3 buttons. Okay, so that's why we have a movie, right? So not these 3 buttons up here, but these 3 buttons the 3 dots right here, and then say keep. Okay, make sure you trust the program, and still is not letting us by yet. So show more, keep anyway. You would think there were some issue, but there is not at all. And okay, so open file. I think those who work with PCs are familiar with this. Open file. Okay, that opened. And then what? Do you want to allow this to make? Okay, yes. Let's say yes. And then English. And then we're going to just install this in program files, although it actually does not interact with the registry at all. It's very clean program. So, but we'll put it right in the program files, Next, set up and create. Don't create a start. I don't know what that is, but well, we don't need to do that, I don't think. We do want to create a desktop shortcut, and we install these libraries, at least for the first time. When you do an update, you won't have to do that. And then now we install it. And again, I'm not cutting any corners like stopping and waiting and then turning it on. We're doing this real time so you see the extent of the whole process and how long it takes. And this, again, what we're doing, this step now is everybody in the world who runs qtVlm does exactly the same thing we're doing right now. And so it's uncompressed, it's doing the background. Then at some point we also, okay, launch qtVlm. And then at some point, okay, now select download. These are not the navigation charts. What they're referring to here is the background, high resolution background charts. So we click yes and go ahead and install that. And then you can always, as you do it yourself, if something's not clear, you can come back to this video and look at these steps. And again, we're doing this in real time to demonstrate how long it is. And so what we do is we're going to load this program. After we load it, we're going to look at what the default install looks like. And then we're going to make our modification. And once we do our modification, there'll be a new menu item, and that lets us install the training mode. And our modification will be we download a very small file, and we put that file in the root folder of a qtVlm. And that's what we're going to illustrate, and that's explained in the text there. Okay, so there is the program. That's the default mode of the program here running. Oh, what did I do? Okay. Okay, right here. Oh, it's touched. I think what happens with Windows, not my favorite behavior, but when you touch the top, it goes to full screen. Anyway, here's what it looks like, the default mode of the program, and look in particular at the menu bar, barriers, marks, contribute, and then help. Again, this is a free program for Mac or PC, but once you've used it for a while and see what a great advantage it is, you may want to consider coming in here and donating something to the developers of the program. Okay, so that's that. Now we can close that. We can just close it. And then let's go back to, I don't know what this is. I think we're done with this. And then we go back to, I think we're done with that too. Now let's go back to this article. And the thing that we're doing next is we're going to download this very small file. And you see what it says here. It's not zipped or anything. So if you just click it, you may see garbage, or I don't know what you see. But or you might see what's actually in it. But it doesn't matter. We want to download the file itself. So you right click and save link as. I think that's good PC talk as well. Yeah, save link as. And let's put that's in the downloads. Okay, training.dat, that's the name of it. It's just a few lines of text. Okay, so that is there. That's done. We don't need that. We can look at that folder. Okay. Now, and we don't need this folder here anymore either. What we need to do now, oh, that, by the way, is what the file looks like. It's a very simple file. Now what we need to do is we need to put that, where is that file? Downloads. Training.dat, it's right there. So we need to move that file or copy it. You could do it different ways. I could say right click and copy, or maybe I can, let's see. I had to do other options. Gosh, I don't see copy. Right click. Oh, here's copy up here. Copy. So I made a copy of it. That works. Now I want to go to, let's see, let me go to the PC. Then I'm going to go to Program Files. Let me move this over here. Date modified. qtVlm is right here. So I'm going to open that up. And this is where I want to right click and paste this file. Now, let me see that okay, there it is, training.dat. So I've done it. I've moved that file. I've added that file to qtVlm here. Now, we can start the program from here. Now, there should be a desktop icon we can use later, but right now, here's the program. So let's start it. And there we're starting the program, and it's back to exactly where it looked like before, but notice one difference. Now there is a link up here called training mode. That was not there before. It's there because we put that training.dat. Now you click that and it says download and activate. So you download. Now we're downloading the actual training materials we want everybody to have as we get started. And it changes some of the things, like we changed the base watercolor to white, and change a few things on the menu bar up here and so forth. So here's now the program. Now it happens, and again, we will have, and we actually already have, but I have to rename them or relabel them or something. We have a ton of videos and what we call cheat sheets, interactive help files on the use of this program. But we'll have to clarify that. Right now, we're not getting into how we actually run the program. But I might just mention that if you're doing our inland and coastal course, we do not use, we use we start out, we use a raster chart, which is the printed training chart called 18465 TR, and that's it. And it shows up trimmed like that. And if you right-click it and say, show only this chart, then you're back to what we were used to. This is what the training chart looks like, and then you can start zooming into this, and we can start doing our navigation exercises with this chart. It's an introduction to electronic charting. And in our other courses, we use these RNC charts no longer exist officially, but we practice certain piloting maneuvers and things like that in one course using that. The other courses all use the ENCs. All right, that's the process here. We have other links to training resources on this program.